Hey guys, this is Eve with Scrapbooking with Me, and this is what we're going to make today. This is using just those little gift bags that everybody has, I know, stuffed away in your closet somewhere. I have tons of them that I hate to throw them away when I get gifts or something in them, so I fold them up and stick them in my closet. These are actually some that one of you guys sent to me, and we're going to make some little mini junk journals out of them. This is the one that I made earlier today. And I have just used some scrap paper that I had in my drawer. Just all scraps. Just scraps. Old book pages. Music pages. Whatever you have that's scraps. And in the back we've got a little pocket. And I just folded a little index card and I put in there. And then here we have a pocket and I have a journaling card stuffed in there. And then I put some trim, vintage trim here. I have a little butterfly right there with some trim on it. This is new to the shop. We just got these in, and let me show you. Now I only have 3 of the colors here, but we have tons of them. A lot of different colors. And I've already used some pink ones, as you can see. But we have the pink. Now these are a thin acetate, and you just cut them out. I mean, you just cut across them. I didn't even trim it out all the way, but you can't see the acetate there. It also has some little writing there. You can see that. In between the butterflies, I can't see what it says, but some of you might can. And then it has some numbers. There you go. See those numbers. I can see it better without my hand there. Under there that you can use also. So these are the pink ones, the green ones, and the blue ones. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 per pack. And they come in packs like this, long packs. Now, like I said, I've already used some of the pink ones because I wanted to use one on here, and then I'm going to use some on the inside. But we also have, let's see, I think the yellow, let me look. We have yellow and orange and blue and green and brown and I don't know, all different colors. So I'll link those below and you can go over and check those out. And then I've also used a new paper collection, and I'll be showing the full paper collection in its entirety later on, not in this video because this one I want to do the little journals. But this one is from Dress My Crafts and it's Eternal Love, and I'm going to use this one on the little journal that I'm doing. And then this is called Bella Countryside, and it's from Crafter's Companion. Whoops, sorry. I got a hard glare there, don't I? Sorry about that. This one is Bella Countryside, and it's from Crafter's Companion. It's absolutely gorgeous, and I used it on this little journal. So we're going to tear out a piece, and like I said, I'll show you those. Sorry about the glare there. I'm going to put it over here where you won't see the glare while I tear out this piece. I am going to use this one on this little journal. But these are so quick and easy to make, and then I just tied it up with some seam binding. It uses up those little gift bags and all of your little scraps. You can see I've got some little scraps pulled out here. And this is what we're going to be putting in the next journal. So let me lay this one aside and we'll get started. Isn't that pretty? Now this is single-sided paper, but it's a thick paper, so you don't have to worry about this being too thin. And guess what? You don't have to worry about what side you're going to use. I'm going to use this little gift bag on this one. Now on the other one, I didn't cover all the way to the edge. As you can see, this bag was pink, and I just inked it around there. We also are going to do some double inking. I don't know, this one was a paper bag. This one has a shine on it. I don't think this is going to take ink very well, but what I'm going to do is ink the paper, and I'll show you how I double ink. Now this paper also has a little bit of a shine on it, but if you use your tool, and let me find mine, I'll use this tool on the edges and it just roughs it up. Now I'll link, I can't find this one anymore. This is an old Prima one from many, many years ago, a long time ago. But Tim Holtz has the little small one that you can rough your edges up with, and then it takes the ink fine. If you don't have that, use an emery board, just whatever you have in your stash. Don't worry about going out and buying something, just use what you have in your stash. Now I want to get, I wanted to get this bee on the front, but I'm not going to be able to do that and cover it like this. Going to cut my little bee in half, I think. So my bee may have to go on the back, or I could cover it like this for the front and then cover the back separately. I'm going to put, let's see, I am going to put lace on the seam anyway, so I think that's what I'll do, because I want to get the bee on there. Not that this is going to be a bee journal, but I just want to get the bee on there. Oh, I have news for you guys. My appointment today was canceled. Isn't that wonderful? We're having some rough weather here in Alabama. Well, they said some places are. We're just having a lot of rain right now. But where my appointment was is about an hour away, and they were having some very bad weather. They were having snow and ice. So they called me early this morning and canceled my appointment for today and told me I'd have to reschedule. So I can't go get my eyes done today, but that's okay. We'll get it done when we can. I didn't want to drive on ice roads anyway, so it's good enough. I'm going to flip this over and mark it because I can't see that other side. So that's why I'm getting to do a video today. I wasn't going to get to do one because I knew I would spend most of the day over there. And then who knows what kind of shape my eyes would have been when I got home. But getting to do one today. And I think I'm going to go ahead. I've got some Happy Mail, and I think I'm going to go ahead and do the Happy Mail one too right after this, because I want to use some of it, and it is just laying here tempting me right now. Okay, now isn't that pretty? That is a nice, see here, told you when you can hear the paper rattle like that, it's a good paper, and that'll make some nice tags. And then like I said, on this one I'm gonna try to look at what I did. I cut the whole thing, didn't I? Oh well, we'll cut it off and I'll put this on the back. See, that's what I get for talking and trying to do this at the same time. I don't mind part of that being cut, so that's okay. We're going to cut it right there, and then I'll put this part on the back. Maybe, hopefully. And then I got some Etsy shares too that I need to show you guys. So, oh yeah, that's going to work. So we will go like that for the front. I love that little bee on the front. And then that on the back. And then we're going to put trim down through there. So that's going to be perfect. Okay, now just because I don't want this lime green or the pink to show, I'm going to put some washi on there. This is a very wide washi, but I'm going to try to just put a portion of it on. Matter of fact, I'm gonna, let's see, we'll cut it. I'm getting a little knife. I don't want those little pink flowers on there because they won't go, but I'm just gonna cut it like that, and then it'll have to have more glue on it because this is not a lot of glue on here. I'm going to use my glue stick. And hopefully, well, the washi's not going to show, really. It's just going to keep that edge from showing, and that's fine. That's what I want. So we're just going to fold it over to the inside. Alright, I think that is good enough. Then we'll just trim those edges off. However, I got really gluey doing that. Now, this is not something that you have to do. If you're okay with the edge of your bag showing and it's, you know, matches up with your paper, don't worry about it. Mine, in particular, didn't, so we are going to cover it up. Let's see if I can get good and gluey again. I'm sorry, I'm going to be right up in your face a minute while I get this down. And that one, I think, is a little bit short, but we'll put another piece on there. It's not a problem. Alright, so there are our edges covered. Now I'm going to put this up because I'll be using my art glitter glue the remainder of the time, I think. Get some of the sticky off of me. Okay, now we can fold this back up and we're ready to put our paper. Now this has a little ribbon right here. I didn't pull that off. I did pull the other part off. It had a little bow on there too, and I pulled that off, but I'm not going to worry too much about pulling that ribbon off. I think it'll be okay. And see, that is going to keep that pink from showing right there. Now I do need to put some washi here, but I can do that later, even after I get everything covered. So I'll put washi here and a little washi over here, so it'll cover up all of that pink, because we don't want that showing. Okay, we're going to do some double inking. And first off, the first thing I want to do is I want to rough these edges up just a little bit. And it'll just make them where they will take the ink. And if you don't like the sound, then turn your volume down, because some people don't like it. They say it's like fingernails on a chalkboard. It doesn't bother me, but there's some out there that don't like it. So just turn your volume down. You can watch, or I'll try to turn the volume down on this. Okay, now we can do our double inking. So what I'm going to do is use some green first. And I'm going to come in a little ways with that green. Just a little ways. Just kind of frame it, is what you're doing. Okay, then you're going to come back with a darker ink. Now it can be a darker green, or it can be the vintage photo like I'm using, and you're just going to put it right on the edge. Just hold your tool like this and put it right on the edge. Don't hold it up and putting it on the top. So this is double inking, or layered inking, whatever you want to call it. And I love the look. So pretty. The other one I inked in pink. Well, it was Victorian velvet, and then the vintage photo. See how pretty that makes that look? Isn't that pretty? I'm going to go ahead and put my washi on the sides right here, because if I don't, that pink is going to show a little bit. I don't mind the green showing, I just don't want any of that pink showing. So I'm going to go ahead and put a little washi on the sides, and then I'll get started putting everything down. Alright, there we go. We've got washi covering that pink now. That looks a whole lot better. And I'm just going to use my art glitter glue. This is a thick enough paper that it's going to hold well. And I'll tell you, I think that ink is forest green, but I'll tell you the color in just a minute. Let me get this down. No, I was wrong. It's Lucky Clover. That's the color of this. And it goes great with this paper collection. So let's see if that's going to be about right. I'll fold it and look at it that way. I don't want to get it. Now I'm going to trim it off just a tiny bit. I don't want to get it over the fold. Now, if you have a paper that it's not like this, where you're wanting to try to get a certain thing on the front, you can just put your paper down, put it all the way across. That's the way I did the other paper. But I'm trying to I wanted to get my bee on the front, so that's why I did that. Okay, I'm gonna rough this up again, so turn your volume down if you don't like the sound of it. Now, again, we're going to bring that ink in. See, I'm holding my tool like this, so I'm bringing that ink in a little bit. Depending on how much you want to bring it in is how you hold your tool. If you just want it a little bit, then hold it like this. If you want it a lot, then hold it down. Or you can lay it down on another sheet of paper or something and ink it like that. Thick paper I just tend to hold in my hand. Now the good thing about this paper that has the little bit of shine on it, if you get a little bit too much ink in a certain area before it dries, you can just go over it and pull a little bit of that off. Love that color. Okay, we need to do our vintage photo just right on the edges. Okay. My little sponge is falling apart. I gotta get another one. I'm rough on them. And I'm leaving that gap because I am going to cover that with lace, so it doesn't matter that it has a gap there. Just make sure that you spread that glue out real well. And art glitter glue holds on this type surface well. I've not had any problem with it. See, I got a little bit of ink right there. It'll just wipe right off of that paper until it dries, and then when it dries, it's set. Or in my experience, it is anyway. Okay, so that is the outside. Isn't that pretty? I love that. I love it. Okay, we're going to cover this. This is going to be a little pocket, and then we're going to put some on here. Now I'm going to go ahead and put my washi on the edges here and here, just so that I don't have any of that pink showing. Now, if you don't have washi that matches, or you don't have washi that you want to use, you can always use paper. Just cut some paper strips and use your paper strips. It'll work the same way. I'm just putting a little bit of ink on top of this washi. It'll just help cover this, and that, since I'm going to make this a little pocket, this bag actually is taking the ink pretty well. Okay, we can put this piece on here. I don't want to waste it, so I'm going to put this on here. Even though my wording is going sideways, that's okay. We don't, as a matter of fact, it's exact size that I need, the width. And I just need to trim it off a little bit. But yeah, you can use paper strips if you want to use those. Just cut you some paper strips and score them in half, and then cover the edges with that. There's always a way to cover things up. Okay, that works right there. Yeah, okay, I'm going to turn the volume down because I'm going to use my tool again. I will go ahead and link these paper pads because I have some people who say that by the time they watch my videos and go to the store, everything is sold out. So, and that's probably true because things don't last very long. But it's not that we don't get a lot. It sells out quick. We actually got, I think, 25 of each of these paper pads. We got as many as we could get. And I'm sure they'll be gone before you know it. Okay. There we go. Got that pocket on there. Isn't that cute? I love that. And now I need to cover this, so I just need another piece of paper. Now since this one is going to be mainly covered by our signature, I'm going to use just this paper. This is out of the same collection. It's the same identical collection. It's just a different paper. So I'm just going to use this. And let's see. I think I want to get the B, even though it'll be covered up with our signature. I'm going to go down to about right there below the pocket. That'll give me enough room so that nothing shows. And then right there. Now, even though this is tan, I'm going to go ahead and ink it up. So again, I'll turn the volume down. Okay, then we'll put that right there. Alright, there is that. I'm going to go ahead and glue my little pocket down. That side. And I'll have to clip it. This is a very thick paper. So even though my art glitter glue holds well, I'll have to clip it until it dries good. So I just put a couple of little clips on it. Give it a good press and let it sit for a minute. Alright, while that is drying, we're going to go ahead. I actually cut this the same direction I cut that. Oh well, it's fine. We're going to go ahead and put our signature together. So like I said, I have just tons of scraps. And we'll decide which one we want to use for the front cover. I think I'll use that one for the front cover. That's pretty. I have some ink dyed paper, tea dyed paper, coffee dyed paper, scrap journal paper. When I put these in, I put one here and then I'll put one up here. Just alternate them. And there's a piece of coffee dyed paper that actually got torn in the wind. So we'll use that. This is a piece from, ooh, I'm gonna have to trim that off. This is a piece from, let me think, My Porch Prints. And I didn't trim it quite short enough. Alright, that one. Then we'll put some old ledger paper in. You can fold these in any direction that you want. I'm just putting them in there. There's a avocado dyed. And then I have some of my drawing paper that I love to use right there. There's a blue piece. And I don't really count to see how many I'm putting in here. I just put them in. That one, I think I'll top this off with a green one in there. And let's see. Got enough of those maybe. I think I'll use an old music page for the very middle. Maybe. Let's see. It's a little bit big. I think I'll just let this be the middle. Let's see if that looks like enough. And I'll tell you how many I've got. But you can put as many as you want. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. I am going to put one more. Let's put this one in there. Yeah, that will work. That'll make 15 of them, and then we're just going to clip these together, and then our cover should be dry enough that we can start working on that. Okay, our cover seems pretty dry, so we're going to go ahead and fold it over. Should fold very easy because you already got your little fold line in there. There we go. That's going to be so cute. And like I said, I will cover that pink in there, so I'm not going to worry about that right now. I can always do that later on. And then this is going to go in there like that. I'm going to clip this in. Now, everybody asks me where I get these little clips when I use them. I got these off of Amazon years ago. Now, I haven't found any exactly like them, but you can use, I'll find some that are very similar, and you can use any kind of clips. Okay, and just make sure that that's down in there real well. Push down in the middle, and then I use my foam, and this is actually stamping foam, but I love it for this because it keeps me from ruining my disc. Okay, gonna go right there, push that up through, and then go right here. That one down. And I like to ream the holes out just a little bit, just so that the needle goes in easy without any problem. Okay, and then right there. And I'm just doing a 3-hole pamphlet stitch. See what thread? I think we'll use this thread. And then I'll grab a needle. Looks good. And I don't cut my thread off of the spool. I just put the spool over to the side. That way I don't waste any. Okay. Run that through there. This is a big needle. And then this one back up through here, hopefully. Like I said, this is an extra big needle. And you really don't need one this big. This is the one that came with our AJ kits. I go down through the middle, up through the top, all the way down to the bottom, and then I come back up through the middle, and I just make sure that I come up on the opposite side of that thread that runs down through there, like that. Okay, so that is that, and then I can cut my thread. And I don't waste any. And I know you can measure 3 times the length, the width, or whatever your book, but to me it's just easier if I don't cut it. I've measured before, then I end up cutting off a bunch. Okay, and I'm just going to tie a little bow in there. Alright, isn't that cute? I love that. There is your little journal. Now it's going to pop open for a while until your little everything in here gets set good. I usually go through and just press everything down. But you could also put another pocket right here if you wanted to. Since I have a pocket here, I'm just going to make a tag for that. Now, like I said, I will cover these pink parts right here, but I'm going to go ahead and make my tag, I think, right now. We could make our tag just out of this. I think that'll go down in there, as a matter of fact, I hope. We can trim it off just a little. We'll make the tag out of this, or the little journaling card. And then we can always decorate that up if we need to. Well, wrong way, Edith. Gotta go the right way. Okay, that goes down in there that far. So I'm gonna pull it out a little bit and mark it. We'll cut it off right there. Oh yeah, that goes down in there just right. And this is gonna open up so they won't have any problem pulling the tag out. And you can actually make two if you want to. I'm gonna go ahead and round the corners. I'm not gonna put anything on the back because it's no need. This is a thick paper, plus it has the white on the back, so you don't have to have anything on the back of it. And we'll do our inking. Okay, we can slide our little tag down in there. There we go. And there is basically our journal. We can go ahead and put, I'm going to clip it. I don't think that clip will work. I'll clip it together. Normally I put something heavy on them and the next day they're fine. And let's see, I don't think the cover of this needs anything on it. Do you guys? Okay, now what do we want to, I might want to put a word on here. What do you think? Let's put a Tim Holtz word. It'll be black, like the bee. See if we got a Tim Holtz phrase or something we can put on there. I think I'm going to use this one. It says, and the adventure begins. Looks like that's what that queen bee is about to do. There we go. I like that. And we need some lace and some seam binding. Right, I think I will run this lace on there. Ooh, that's pretty. And I may have to move my words over a little bit. See if I can. Maybe. Oh yeah. Okay. I may have to put a little bit more glue under those, but that's fine if I do. Okay. So there we go. And then this is the same color of those flowers. Isn't that pretty? Goes this way. Ooh, I like that. Okay, let's see. We'll cut it off about right there. Oh, got my seam binding hung in my scissors. Okay. And this is from Blue Fern. That's where that came from. And we're going to go ahead and put our Fabri-Tac on here. Oh, I like that. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? Perfect color for this. Then I'm just going to flip it over and do the back. I'll try my best to put a little bit on the line of this face right here. Okay, I love that. And then I think I'm going to tie it together with this. And I may not be able to tie it right now. It may still be too wet. I'll see. And I am going to wrap this around twice. So just going to start on the front and wrap it like this. I'm not going to pull and tug on it too much right now because it's not, all of this is not dry. But it's dry enough we can do this. There we go. Cute. I love that. I'm going to trim that seam binding off a little bit. Isn't that cute? Alright, so that is our second little journal. Here's the first one. And go ahead and tie this back up. I will have photos at the end so that you can see these up close. Alright, so that is it. Those two cute journals, and just made out of old gift bags. Alright guys, we will talk to you later. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to give us a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button. Ooh, I think I'll use one of these on there. And we will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.